Hey folks, this is Adria. Are you thinking of buying a new Dell either for your home or for business or someone's going off to school, right? Well, I'm going to show you how to get the best deal at Dell. Now, when you come to the Dell.com website, now they have this fancy flashing, image and they're like, buy a Dell, it's so great. Look at all this stuff. We make our stuff all shiny and cool. Well, sometimes you just want to buy a system. So the first thing you need to be aware of is that Dell has an outlet area where they sell refurbished things. They sell things that people have purchased but then changed their minds on. So if you go to Google and type in Dell refurbished, you'll come up with the Dell.com/outlet page. So let's go visit that. Now you can save hundreds of dollars here at the Dell outlet store. Plus you get free shipping, plus the warranty is just the same as a new item, right? So let's go take a look if we wanted to buy a desktop system. In this case, I'm going to click Home and Home Office. Now here we are at the Dell Outlet Store. It looks similar to, the regular Dell.com, but the savings are just amazing. Hundreds of dollars, okay? So let's take a look. They're like, oh, look, here are some different things that came in. The thing that we want to do is just go right over here to Outlet Desktops and All-in-Ones. And now what we'll do is we'll just pick the first one here. This is an Inspiron model. We'll hit continue because really we want to get to the back end of the Dell refurbished site. We don't really need to mess around with all this stuff on the front, which is all shiny and they want you to buy all these things. Instead, we'll just pick the first one here, the Inspiron 530, continue, because we need to get to the back end where they have the good stuff. Okay, and the last step is to click on check availability and prices, and we'll be into the back end of the Dell refurbished section. Alright folks, this is where the real meat and potatoes happens. All that other stuff you saw, that was just the shiny stuff, just like when you walk into a car dealership. So here we go. What we have here is the Dell refurbished stock room. So the important thing we need to do is, I'll show you. For the stock room, we'll keep it on desktops. It's going to show us all the desktops. For the models, we're going to change it to all. And then the most important thing we need to do is under operating system, we need to change it to Windows XP Pro. Because Windows XP Pro is the best operating system you can buy right now for a Windows system. Vista is horrible. Businesses who have bought Vista are turning back to XP. People who have bought laptops with Vista are turning back to XP. Windows XP will be supported by Microsoft until 2012. It'll probably be extended until 2015, so you don't have to worry about lack of support. So what I tell folks is if you click the genuine Windows XP Pro, sometimes you don't find a lot of systems. You usually find more systems when you click the genuine Windows XP Pro with Vista license. So we'll click that, then we'll click filter results, and now we will check what we have. I also want to say that at the top here, what it's searching is certified refurbished, previously ordered new, scratch and dent, and off lease. So we have our results, so let's go ahead and click sort by price. And you'll see we have systems starting at $399. And so this inventory changes quite often, folks. So this is something you want to research and come back to and kind of figure out what you want. But take a look here. So for the Inspiron, it's a 530 model. It has an Intel Core 2 quad 2400. It says Windows XP with a Vista license, a 320 gig hard drive. That's a nice size, more than most people will need in 5 years. Unless you're doing video, then you could run out of space. But 2 gigs of memory, very easy to upgrade, and it comes with a DVD read-write. It's a mini tower, so you want to make sure that the size, the chassis as they call it, that it works for you. I often recommend that people get desktops versus any sort of mini tower, so that if they add in new cards, then they can just get regular cards. More on that later, though. The next system here, which is $489, has 4 gigs of memory, right? Dual core, 2600 processor, 500 gig hard drive. That's a huge hard drive. So as we go through these, you can click on the details and it'll show you what the system actually has with it. Alright, so here I've pulled it up and we just go into more details, including the system identifier. So if you ever need to call in and reference the system, then that is what you would use. But really, Dell intends that you order this online, so this isn't something where you check here and then you call in. So, alright, so we'll go ahead and close that down. And I do want to say that often the deals in the business section are better than the consumer section. So if you are looking for business, then go ahead and repeat this process, but just go the business route. I've seen systems in there easily in the, we saw 40 or 60 systems and they're under $400 today. So with that, good luck and hope that you're able to get a great deal at Dell. Thanks.